A Dunedin businessman is working towards establishing a television station in Bougainville. Mark Strickson is the executive producer of 5 to 9 Productions, and he may also be recognisable to some viewers for his work on screen. He's here to tell us about his latest project. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening.
Now, what are your plans for Bougainville?
Well, it's a difficult part of the world. As people probably know, Bougainville it's a large island east of Papua New Guinea. And there was a civil war there from 1990 to 1998, all based around profits from the huge copper mine that's on the island. So the local people were very unhappy that the profits from that copper mine were going more to the Papua New Guinean government and outside the country than they were to their island of Bougainville. And as a result, things are still in a state of flux. We're very lucky in New Zealand, and it's one of the reasons why we've recently had the governor of Bougainville over in Dunedin. New Zealand negotiated the peace treaty and brought that conflict to an end. So the governor's been over here. According to the peace treaty, there has to be, they have to vote to either be independent or not, but before 2020. Now, what's happening in Bougainville is that some people don't want the copper mine to open because they think the profits will just disappear all over again and they'll never see any of it. And the other people think that we wait to the vote for independence and we go from there. So it's a very difficult situation. Now, the other thing Bougainville needs to do is it needs to do something else except copper mining, right? So that's what we've been talking to them about, right? And so is the Otago Polytechnic. We've been talking to them about the fact that if to give Bougainville options, it needs an educated population, it needs internet, it needs TV. It's a beautiful place. They could have tourism, but try and book a holiday in Bougainville. Well, you go on the internet, nobody's got the internet, so you can't book a hotel, you can't go anywhere. So we're in a very bad situation. And until the money starts flowing, we've got it all organised, and when the money starts flowing, we'll be able to help them. And I'm sure that will happen at some point. But we can't push that. It has to happen in their time, not
So where
ours.
are you at with the project now?
At the project, we're waiting for money to come through.
Right.
And there's nothing we can do to influence that. That's a domestic politics issue.
Do you have a date in mind for when Bougainville might have TV?
If I was being optimistic, if they vote soon for independence, maybe 2017, 2018.
Which is not too far off.
Not too far off, no.
What other work are you involved in?
We've just made a series for Al Jazeera channel about rhino poaching in South Africa, which is very, very serious. What most people don't know is that wildlife poaching is a huge industry. It's one of the biggest funding sources for terrorist organisations in the world. I mean, we're talking organised crime here. The same people who deal with wildlife products deal with drugs, deal with people trafficking and arms. So it's a very, very dangerous world to go into. On the border between Tanzania and South Africa, which is sort of the area we were working, there were people being killed every night. Yeah, it's a serious one. So we did a 6-part series on that for South Africa. And we're also doing some lovely stuff for Silver Fern Farms at the moment, which is about New Zealand sheep and great export industry. So yeah, it's a varied world in Dunedin.
And on a lighter note, just quickly, tell us a wee bit about your time on screen with Doctor Who.
Yeah, I was in Doctor Who for 3 years. It was great. No, it was fun. And it's an extraordinary community, the sci-fi community. I still travel all over the world, and I might, do an appearance in Los Angeles or something. Or yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But I decided I wanted to save the world, so I went and did a zoology degree and have done not quite serious things. I mean, I discovered Steve Irwin, for starters. I've been attacked by crocodiles. I've had some great times. I was in the Maldives 3 weeks ago, swimming with manta rays. I've had a different life to I would have had as an actor, and it's been enormous fun.
Executive producer of 5 to 9 Productions, Mark Strickson. Good luck with the project. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.